Brie Larson was working very hard on a comeback tour. She wanted people to like her again. Being likable, it turns out, is a fantastic thing for someone trying to sell their movies. But it has all been sabotaged, either intentionally or unintentionally. Whatever the case might be, Samuel L. Jackson, out there trying to promote his Secret Invasion Disney Plus show failure, threw Brie Larson under the bus. And it is very seldom that I feel sorry for Brie Larson or for Disney. But in this case, Sam has taken them to task. All right, folks, welcome back to another fantastic video here on the WDW Pro channel. We are honored to have each and every one of you joining us today to check out what is happening with the Walt Disney Company as the bad news continues to cascade against them. Joining us to help us navigate through this information is the one and only friend of the channel, and I am very happy to call him a friend of mine. We have Views with Hughes back with us again. Welcome back, buddy.
Thanks for having me back, and I'm glad to be a friend of yours as well.
You got it. All right. Folks out there, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe. And when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Diving straight into this article out of Variety, this by Zach Scharf. The title is Samuel L. Jackson stands by Brie Larson against toxic Marvel fans. That's right, folks. They've gotten tired of calling the Star Wars community toxic. Now we're moving over to Marvel, baby. He says, incel dudes who hate strong women won't destroy her. Oh, my.
That doesn't even sound like Samuel Jackson.
No, well, he has left the reservation. Apparently, he's went off. Here we go. Samuel L. Jackson stood up for his Marvel co-star Brie Larson during a recent interview with Rolling Stone, in which the Nick Fury actor was asked about Larson being the target of toxic Marvel fans on social media. Here's a tip for you, Sam. Don't take the bait next time. Brie has not been in the news in years. Nobody's mad at her at the moment. She's trying to heal her career. He took the bait, though, folks. Here's what he had to say. The two actors headlined 2019's Captain Marvel, which was review bombed by trolls for featuring Larson's female superhero in a leading role. Jackson called Larson a stronger person than people give her credit for. I love the framing of this article. Jackson and Larson first met during the making of Kong Skull Island, and then she cast him in a supporting role in her feature directorial debut Unicorn Store. Their bond led her to consult with him when Marvel Studios and Disney offered her the role of Captain Marvel, also known as, hey, Marvel just offered you an opportunity. Should you answer yes? Every single actor in the world, yes. He said, here's where it just gets, this is bad. Samuel L. Jackson said, we bonded through the election while we were doing her movie when Donald Trump won, he remembered. She was broken. And I was like, don't let him break you. You have to be strong now. Then when she got Captain Marvel, she called me and was like, they want me in the Marvel Universe. Should I do it? And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. Deep, deep words from Sam Jackson. But let's go to you, Hughes. We're not political on this channel. We're not going to be political in this video. We're interested in entertainment and explaining it. We're interested in the philosophies that undergird entertainment. Here, I'm interested in the fact that this now makes it extremely difficult for Disney and for Brie Larson as they go to this the Marvels movie. They are now going to have months of this being the topic of every single interview that's done. She's going to have to answer, did Donald Trump break you? How did you overcome Donald Trump? How was it that you and Sam Jackson were able to bond over the election of 2016? I think this sabotaged Brie Larson. I don't think that Sam Jackson meant to do that. I just think he's out of touch. This presents a major problem, though, Hughes. How would you handle it now? How would you handle it if you're Disney? How do you fix this?
The best way is to figure out who in the world actually went on ahead and just decided to let them go ahead and get political, use their platform for politics. I mean, the thing is, they can't really recover from this because the damage has already been done. You know, you decide to go ahead and put your foot in politics. You go ahead and become an activist, which is different. Which is different than the actors and other performers from back then in the 50s and the 60s when they were doing activism. Right now, they're just doing this just to go ahead and score some brownie points with the Hollywood elites and everything, as well as to keep their names relevant to the select few audiences out there with a different craft.
Hughes, what do you make of the idea that Brie Larson is supposed to be a strong female actor? She is supposed to be unbreakable, right? She's supposed to play characters who are unbreakable. And now here is Sam Jackson saying that the election of Donald Trump broke this woman and that he had to comfort her. He had to console her and encourage her because she was broken over a presidential election. I just, if the person that I'm supporting, and I'm not saying what political party I'm affiliated with or if I'm even political at all, but I guarantee you that I'm not going to be destroyed by politics or by elections. My life goes on.
Yep.
What do you make of this?
Well, that's like that's the same thing for certain people of a certain political party that she may be affiliated with, who Samuel Jackson may be affiliated with, who I'm not going to name, and it's like, they're usually the ones who's actually broken over the results of when their candidates don't win. If you feel that you're unbreakable and everything, you're going to have to basically fill yourself with humility. Okay, humble yourself because of the fact that just because you're an actor and everything, you start in some big budget movies and stuff that didn't really perform well, doesn't mean that you're the new thing, the next big thing out there. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, this, like you said, this was just an election that happened over like almost
7 years ago.
7 years ago, and you mentioned that it broke her. Like,
right.
first and foremost, why is this even relevant right now?
Amen.
Who in the world decided to do this interview and everything? You know what? I guarantee you they just did this to go ahead and just, continue with other questions and everything, trying to get people ready for this upcoming election that we have right now. Not only that, but also for the Marvels that's going to be in theater, that's been pushed back into November. Okay. And guess what? No one cares.
Right. And now this is going to circle around Brie Larson. It's going to circle around Disney all the way until November. What a gift Samuel L. Jackson has given to YouTubers, but what a penalty he has given to Disney. Let's continue on. Addressing Larson's online haters, Jackson said she's not going to let any of that stuff destroy her, after he just said that Donald Trump did. These incel dudes who hate strong women, or the fact that she's a feminist who has an opinion and expressed it. Everybody wants people to be who they want them to be. She is who she is, and she's genuinely that. Ooh. So there, Sam Jackson going after these nebulous incels, these guys who can't find a lady friend, and they hate women, and that is the exact demographic that hates Brie Larson. I don't think that's actually even close to true for what's going on here, but I also think that it's a very poor decision to attack fans. I just don't think it's going to work.
And I got something to say about that. And he just went ahead and insulted his fans and everything. When you insult the fans, you're going to get pushed back and stuff, and you're going to lose those fans that you had from the giddy up, And guess what? The core audiences, they tend to disagree with you politically. They want somebody who wants to go ahead, and they don't care about their political views. The thing is, don't throw it in our faces, and also don't insult us, because I'm a Samuel Jackson fan. Okay.
Sure. I think he's great in so many movies. It's not that I don't like Brie Larson. I just didn't like the movie she was in. I didn't like the way she played the character. I didn't like what the studio did. But then when she went on ahead and started responding to the fans and everything, and calling them like saying that she don't care about what 40-year-old white men have to say and everything about Captain Marvel, guess what? She lost the audience right then and there. And then now she has struggled to be likable, and you need to be likable in order for people to go see your movies. There are a few exceptions where you can just be someone who is abrasive, but generally, celebrities need to be somewhat likable for people to care about their lives and to care about their movies. It's that simple. And attacking those fans doesn't fix that issue at all. It exacerbates it.
And Samuel Jackson, he made a bad move by insulting the fans, because remember, he's 74 years old. Who knows how much he has left in the tank? Who knows how much longer his career last? You know, I'm not saying he should give it up and stop acting. That's all on him. You know, you can have some of the greatest actors out there who are still going into like their 90s or so. Okay, but the thing is, right now it's not the time to go ahead and insult the fans, all because of what they had to say about Brie Larson, who went on ahead and insulted the fans in the first place. Did he forget that, or did he even know about that?
We wish Samuel L. Jackson the best. We hope he has 30 more years in the tank minimum. But at the same time, you know, this is not doing Disney any good. When you have Elemental performing as poorly as it has, when you have The Little Mermaid sinking to the bottom of the ocean, when you have Ant-Man Quantumania being a horrendous flop, and there are more on the way, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, The Marvels, etc. This is not the time to attack the consumers, and I think that Disney probably knows that. Now, what's really going on here, Hughes, is this article out of thedailybeast.com, this by Nick Shager. And we know that the Daily Beast is a website that is politically slanted, right? We're choosing this on purpose because this new Secret Invasion show on Disney Plus is so bad that even those who would like to like it the most cannot. Here's what this says. Secret Invasion is yet another Marvel letdown. Samuel L. Jackson deserves better. It says it's a treat to see Sam's Nick Fury finally in the spotlight. If only the series set up around him rose to the occasion. What's going on with Marvel? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 may have temporarily steadied the Marvel Cinematic Universe's rocky course. Well, if that you mean that it broke even and that the man who helmed it is leaving to go to the primary competition, then yes. But it hardly fixed its larger issues. A dearth, he says, of compelling A-list characters, and just as vitally, a lack of real stakes. Post-Avengers Endgame, population having the blip, most of what's taken place in the MCU has felt underwhelmingly second-rate, akin to a meager dessert following a full-course meal. Now, this goes on to basically say that this series is poor. I have seen the first episode, and I have to agree that the worst sin of this first episode is that it is boring. It is boring. I am told, Hughes, that the second episode is far worse. We'll have to wait until next week. I have a principle, an underlying principle that I hold, which is that I do not watch content early, even if it is given to me as an opportunity to do so, lest I ever be accused of being swayed by a company to give a positive review. So I never watch things until it comes out in the general public. So I don't have access to the second episode, but I've been told that it is one of the most damaging things that has ever come out for Marvel, and that it could be akin to what we're about to watch out of Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny. Hughes, that's what I think is going on. I think that some of these actors like Samuel L. Jackson, they're already on the edge because they're involved in something that isn't as good as they once were outputting. And I think that's why they're ready to let loose, is because they're very stressed. This is another case of a Disney Plus show seeming to underperform. Do you have any interest, or did you have interest in watching Secret Invasion? And has that now changed as these negative reviews begin to pile on?
At first, I didn't really have much of an interest because I saw the trailer from like months ago before they released the official trailer, teaser trailer and stuff. Because you had certain content creators out there. Well, I went content creators out there who leaked it online and everything. I'm like, wow, this really looks boring. But the only
First
way
episode is.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking the whole season.
Yeah, well, I don't know how many people are going to stick around for the whole season, but you're right.
Oh yeah, but my thing is, if I do choose to watch it, I'm gonna go ahead and do a live stream so that way I can have more people up there. I'll show the show. I'll show the episode of it playing and everything on the like on Rumble, because if I can't do it on the YouTube because and then yeah, you know what, but I'm gonna do like a whole watch / rent party if I can do that. All right, but I'm pretty sure Disney probably restricted that unless there's any other outlets and stuff that I could get through. But other than that, it's like, yeah, they it's like the woman that played on the Daenerys character from Game of Thrones. What's her name again? Amelia Clark or something?
Yes.
okay, they're doing a disservice to her as far as career wise and stuff, because it's like, okay, I was hoping, like, I was hearing her about going to the MCU and everything. At first I was excited, but with how everything turned out now, it's like, uh and they put her on this show that's like Disney Plus material. I mean, don't get me wrong, the story is like the story, how they got it set up. It seems to me like it's a good idea. They just don't know how to put it out there correctly.
They seem to struggle to execute these ideas. You're exactly right. Hughes, I want to end with this. The trades seem to be protecting Samuel L. Jackson and Disney by not including this, which is the most damaging part of the interview. You did not see it in the Variety article. You won't see it in many of the articles that are covering this. They want to do their best to spin this, but there's no spinning how bad this comment is. Let's take a look. Samuel L. Jackson says he sees Trump in the same rednecks from his childhood. Here's what it says out of The Hill. Samuel L. Jackson says he sees in former President Trump the same rednecks who hurled racist slurs at him as a kid. This, remember, came from the exact same interview. He says, when I grew up in segregation, I knew which people didn't want to be bothered with me, and I knew how they felt about me. When I see Trump, I see the same rednecks I saw when I was growing up, who tried to keep me in my place. He says, that's what the Republican Party is to me, the 70-year-old performer who was raised in Tennessee said. He says they're doing it to young people. They're doing it to people of another sexual orientation. They don't care who you are. If you're not them, you're the enemy. Now, Hughes, before we go on, let me say that it is my understanding that Samuel L. Jackson grew up in East Tennessee, and it is my understanding that East Tennessee actually was part of the Union. It broke away from the rest of Tennessee during the Civil War because it was pro-Union. And that's where he grew up, a place that was willing to break off from the rest of the state, I believe from approximately east of Nashville over to Knoxville, down to Chattanooga. All of that area was pro-Union. And that's where he grew up. And he maligns a place that fought on the right side of the Civil War. That's where he's talking about. And now he's lumping in half the country as being redneck rubes who are oppressors. I don't think that's a way to bring back fans or to heal wounds. I don't think it's wise to call half of the society around you the enemy. And I can't for the life of me understand why you would do that, because I don't think it's accurate. I think that's deeply, deeply flawed to view half the world as being oppressors who are akin to whoever these people were in his childhood. Hughes, what do you think of this, and how does it impact his ability to market the media and the entertainment he's trying to do?
Well, my thing is exactly how many of them that he talked about were actually racists living in that certain population where he was growing up. That's my question. Also, I could have sworn that the same thing he's doing right now, they did back then in 2015, which led to with like all the celebrities talking about how racist Trump is and how, racist his base is, how they're getting riled up and everything, and how they reminded them of the racists from their childhood or people living near where they live and stuff. I could have sworn later on that led to the candidate that they didn't want to win to actually take the victory. We might see a repeat, because I'm starting to see more politicians starting to do that nowadays. Not my politicians, celebrities doing that nowadays, where they go ahead and did the same thing they did back in 2015 right now.
Well, I think when they go so far, when it's so extreme and when it's so divisive and it harms relationships, and it makes people believe that we're living in a place that surely we're not. I think that's how you arrive at these strange outcomes in society. We're not a political channel. We're not here to talk about politics. But this intersects with entertainment in a way that we can't ignore. What do you do when an actor is out there calling half your consumers the enemy, when he is demonizing half the consumers? Let me give you an example real quick, Hughes. Let's play completely and utterly fair. That's what we intend to do here. If this were someone on the right who's in a Marvel movie or a Marvel show, and they came out and they said, Democrats are evil. They're evil people. They want to destroy you. I would say, what in the world are you doing? You know, Democrats and Republicans and independents and Green Party people and libertarians, they all buy movie tickets. Shut up. Your job is to sell movie tickets. In your private life, hold whatever view you want, but you're a movie star. Your job is to sell this thing for the company that's paying you millions of dollars.
And if you want to do activism, make sure it's genuine. Make sure it's actual, consistent, authentic activism, kind of like the with the same intentions that they had back in the 50s and 60s, trying to actually unite rather than going ahead and get the extra green. Okay, trying to pump just because, and not doing it just because somebody in the government says so, somebody in the entertainment industry and executive says so, but do it because something that you actually believe in, and it's like you doing your own research and make your own judgment. Okay. But the thing is, like you said, we don't care about the politics. You know, I liked Brie Larson when she was on Fast X because it was like she didn't do any politics that I saw and everything. But Kong Skull Island, sort of, but don't actually do something that's going to make the consumer backtrack and keep the money to themselves to go ahead and buy tickets to your movie. Right now, it's bad enough that the movie theaters aren't really doing so well, and now you got actors and actresses like Samuel L. Jackson continuing to nail the coffin further by creating a bigger divide. This is a time where everyone should unite, and we got celebrities like Samuel L. Jackson and Brie Larson putting a division between people. They're always talking about how bad division is, but they fail to look at themselves in the mirror to see that they're the ones that's also causing it or making it even worse.
I cannot say that any better. Hughes, I was thinking about saying one more thing, but you've said it so well that I should not. Hughes, this was a fantastic time talking with you. I really just hope that celebrities can learn to be kind. They need to be kind with those with whom they disagree. That is the building block of a civilization. It is civility. Hughes, where can people find you on this great, big, beautiful web out there?
Well, the people out there can find me on YouTube with Views with Hughes, as well as Rumble. You can also find me on Twitter, Mr. Rummy Rome, and you can go ahead and check for updates. I plan to do more live streams on Rumble. All right. I want to thank you all for your support, and also want to thank WD Pro for having me on your show.
Absolutely. And not this Thursday, but next Thursday, we're hoping to have you back on the Pro Show Live. Folks, this coming Thursday, we're going to have a very small panel because we have an Activision Blizzard whistleblower who will be joining us for the show. We wanted to have it be quite small so that we can have lots and lots of time for the whistleblower to answer any of your questions. We'll also be talking about this Disney stuff. There's plenty of Disney news to cover. But again, an Activision Blizzard whistleblower will be on the live show this Thursday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And next Thursday, we look forward to having you, Views with Hughes, back on with us. We highly recommend that everybody out there go to Views with Hughes and subscribe to his stellar content.
Can I say one more thing?
Yet, yes, go for it.
The One Chip Challenge is still up. If I get 20,000 subscribers and active views and everything, I will do it.
The One Chip Challenge is on the way. Well, folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. The conversation between the two of us is over, but the commentary from all of you just begins. Go down there and drop a comment. We care about what you think. We covet your comments because we know that the human mind is a horrible thing to waste. It's one of the most intriguing, amazing, and fantastic things in the universe, and you have one. So share your thoughts down below. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Floral, it's time for you to walk the plank.
What? Why?
Because you haven't subscribed to WDW Pro yet. Nor bookmark thatparkplace.com on your web browser to get great articles from great contributors.
What?